Good morning and welcome to Daily Journal Newsbreak, sponsored by Renaissance Bank for Monday, February 12th. I'm your host, Chris Kiefer, and we're going to take a look at the top news and sports stories from Northeast Mississippi. But first, let's start with your weather forecast. Today, we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a high of 48 and a low of 33, 0% chance of rain. Looking ahead at your three-day outlook, Tuesday, partly cloudy with a high of 62 and a low of 54. Wednesday, there's a 90% chance of rain. The high is 65 and the low is 61. Thursday, more rain. That's a 50% chance. High of 74, low of 55. Let's take a look now at today's top headlines. A proposal intended to fix traffic problems at Tupelo High School is working its way through city government. Last Tuesday, the Tupelo Traffic Committee heard a presentation from Ward 6 Councilman Mike Bryan. He advocated both short-term and long-term solutions to help vehicles leaving THS and merging onto the northbound side of Cliff Gookin Boulevard. City Engineer John Crawley said he will examine and evaluate the proposals in conjunction with the Tupelo Police Department. Bryan told the Daily Journal his presentation was based on proposals produced by the THS Parent Advisory Committee. In the short term, the committee has suggested that a short stretch of the right-hand lane on the northbound side of Cliff Gookin Boulevard be closed to through traffic during the morning and afternoon traffic peaks. The closed lane would essentially be converted into a merging lane for traffic coming off the access ramp onto the northbound side of Cliff Gookin Boulevard. There is presently no merge lane at all. The access ramp empties directly into the flow of traffic. In the long term, Bryan said he wants the City Council to consider adding a permanent merge lane, but the available construction options could be expensive. Mississippi House members have voted unanimously for the second consecutive year to create a commission to study the issue of restoring voting rights for felons. The legislation, authored by House Apportionment and Elections Committee Chairman Bill Denny, is pending in the Senate Elections Committee. The bill was killed in 2017 in the Senate Elections Committee. Representative Cheek Taylor, a Democrat from Starkville, co-authored the legislation. Taylor said restoring voting rights would help felons who had served their time become responsible citizens. Based on studies, Mississippi has one of the highest percentages of disenfranchised felons. In addition to the legislation that would at least study the issue, there is also a federal lawsuit filed last September by the Mississippi Center for Justice claiming the lifetime ban on felon voting is unconstitutional. Mississippi is in the minority of states, 12 according to the Sentencing Project, where voting rights are not automatically restored for felons, either after they complete their sentence or at some point after completing their parole or probation. Fresh from the success of the 2017 Dream Home, Friends of the St. Jude Children's Research Center dug into their next project on Friday. Supporters officially broke ground on the 2018 St. Jude Dream Home on Dunbarton Oaks Circle off North Gloucester Street in Tupelo. Legacy Construction will take charge of building the 3,500 square foot home for the second year. Hancock Properties donated the lot. For the 2017 Dream Home, all 7,000 tickets were sold weeks ahead of the drawing. It raised $700,000 to take care of children with cancer and fund research into childhood cancer. Legacy Construction plans to start dirt work on the site, located behind the Cry Lake Plaza next week, if weather permits. The 4-bedroom, 4-bath home with an estimated value of about $400,000 is scheduled to be completed in early July. Tours are slated to begin in mid-July. The $100 tickets will go on sale in early June. And in sports, the Mississippi State women's basketball team knocked off another longtime nemesis on Sunday. The Bulldogs defeated Kentucky 74-55 to give Coach Vic Schaefer his first career win over the Wildcats. Last Monday, Schaefer got his first career win over South Carolina. He now has wins over every program in the SEC. Victoria Vivians had 23 points and 7 rebounds to lead the Bulldogs. It was also the second straight sellout at Humphrey Coliseum. Mississippi State improved to 26-0 and 12-0 in the SEC. The Bulldogs traveled to Vanderbilt on Thursday with a chance to clinch their first regular season SEC title. Meanwhile, the Ole Miss women lost to Alabama 82-79 on Sunday for their 9th consecutive loss. They traveled to LSU on Thursday. Both the Ole Miss and Mississippi State men's teams lost road games on Saturday. Mississippi State fell to Missouri 89-85 in overtime. Ole Miss lost to LSU 82-66. Up next, Ole Miss hosts Arkansas on Tuesday, and Mississippi State is at Vanderbilt on Wednesday. That does it for Newsbreak on this Monday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings courtesy of the Daily Journal that gets you news off the page and on the go. Special thanks to Renaissance Bank for sponsoring Newsbreak. And remember, you can catch episodes each weekday morning at 7 a.m. at thejournal.com or on our Facebook page. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Kiefer. Have a great Monday.